Howdy, everybody. Is it on? Yes, it is. Okay. This. Got a few questions. I forgot to record, so we'll just do it live, shall we? We shall see. Okay. How do we do? I just had a few questions. And all right. Had a few questions. I forgot to record, so we'll do them live. Bacon stew sounds good. That's actually what I wanted a few days ago, and I did not make it. Maybe I'll go back to the store then. Okay. Okay. I got some crystals too. So maybe we'll do a crystal read like back in the day. See if it works. Okay. I want to start with Biden in his November. How's it going to go? How's it going to go? I don't use the pendulum, but I guess they do work. They work for some people. I mean, anything works for some people. Just depends on your whole connection with it and all. I'm not a pendulum person. I have two of them though, but They ain't my get down. But they work for some. I mean, they probably would work for me if I trusted it. I don't trust it, so that's why I don't trust issues. All right, Biden, November. 7 of Cups flying out. Biden, November. Biden, November. He's speaking live sound. Good. Knight of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. That's good for job numbers. There's this incentive too, so there might be some sort of small business type of thing that they're going to be talking about here pretty soon. Or there could even be like a infusion of money into the markets, that type of thing. But there's something to do with steady employment. This is an employment thing, not so much money. It's more of an employment thing. 7 of Wands and the Judgment. He is also defending some sort of plan too, which naturally, because look who he's running the country with. So, yeah. But it doesn't look bad. So we have the employment numbers here. We also have some sort of defending of a plan. He's making an announcement, or made some sort of announcement too, about some sort of thing that's to happen on a regular basis, or is to help with people. And did he talk about education or money for education? What do you call that? The student loan thing too. There could be some sort of defending of that plan, or some sort of announcement that he's making when it comes to money and academics as well. But he's defending that plan, but he'll be successful in that defense, or at least speaking wise. 4 of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. There's also some sort of new vaccine, or some sort of new booster shot, or some sort of new medical thing too that is about to hit the markets. It'll look good for the image, if nothing else, to show that our administration is taking public health safety seriously, so forth, so forth. The word of warning, though, is the Hermit. There's some sort of isolation, and it's not a good thing, because it is... It's almost like a backlash because of something in the past that returns, that you have to deal with as the leader. So it's almost like something that was done in the Trump administration, that the effects are felt in a specific country. You're kind of on your own there. I know you and Zelensky are not having the greatest of talks either. So there's some sort of isolation, not you just specifically, but it could be the U.S. And since you're the head of the U.S., this affects you. So there's some sort of isolation when it comes to that. Somebody is not getting along very well. The Ace of Pentacles in the environment. The spell's good for numbers, but it's small growth though. So this isn't leaps and bounds, and then there's the 10 of Pentacles. There is some sort of celebration and happy and harmony which could be a very good thing for the midterms, hopefully. But in the word of solace, the good news card is the 10 of Cups. So this is my dim card, and this is the happy and the harmony and the goodness and the blah, blah, blah. So if it ain't dims, then you and your family will have a happy Thanksgiving. But Let's see. The Page of Cups, also pleasant surprises, especially when it comes to young people. So there may be a huge insurgence. I don't know what's going to happen over the next month or even two, but there's going to be an insurgence of young people behind good old Uncle Joe. So let us see. So far, so good. So me being the person that I am, when everything looks so nice and rosy and pretty, I also want to see what's the challenges. So what challenges does Joe Biden, President of the United States, face in November? What does he face in November? What challenges does he face in November? The Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Cups, there's an agreement on something that needs to be done a little faster. Again, look who he's working with. So delays in inaction leads to paralysis of policy. So trying to reach across the aisle, and there's some time that may be running out on something, which is probably always debt ceiling this and government shutdown that and blah, blah, blah. There is something within the Fool when it comes to past administration too that is still unknown, not unknown, but it's being obscure and it's hidden. So with the Moon and the Fool, there's something from that past administration, more than likely the documents in Secret Service, if you ask me, because it has something to do with people that are supposed to be on your team. So there could be people still in place, of course, from the Trump administration, not to mention Secret Service, but he's still dealing with the effects of the Fool. He did quite a number on the world. Justice and the Hierophant and the High Priestess, this was also something about women's rights that's still a battle for him too. And naturally, and back in the word of warning is the Hierophant, the Hermit. So there's still some isolation. So he's going to feel some squeeze here. This is not unusual to see though, because rolls downhill. So everything's his problem, which is still a very interesting expose on people who want that job. I want to know what's in here for anybody who, like, legitimately want, not Trump. Trump wanted applause. I mean for anybody else who legitimately wants to be president of the United States. Like, that's a leader of any country, mind you. Anyway, and then in the word of solace, the Five of Pentacles. So they're, even with the numbers growth, like I said, they're small. And there will still be some questions around the economy. It's not extremely dire, but it's dire enough to where, again, you need to answer for it. So there's that. There's also something about children and children's health within the government, or the government's response to the health of children. I think there's something going around. I forget what it was, but it was like they were catching some sort of rare condition. I forget. Anyway, children's health, there's also some challenges within that too, because the Five of Pentacles is right next to it, and this is my card for conditions and disease. So there you go. Did Marjorie Treason Green, the yeast beast, as Jace calls her, Wamastat Trader Green, Did she know? Because she told me respiratory condition. Okay. She just texted me and said that she had a post on her Facebook, apparently, that she deleted right after Paul Pelosi was attacked. So she wanted to know if she was aware of what was going to happen. And then that's why she deleted it. So let's see. I just did a reading on this and sent it to her, but let's see what it says. Let's see. Let's see what it says. It's pretty much the same. So what I got was click here, click there, click there. There we go. The Seven of Cups and the Judgment. It's not so much that they were trying to send people to attack Paul Pelosi necessarily. They want people to behave this way, period. The Judgment and the Seven of Cups. Judgment can be judgment. It's also my card for announcements too. And the Seven of Cups, there's your confusion. I have a reading I need to do on the guy too. He's pleading not guilty, the man who attacked Paul Pelosi. Pleading not guilty. His defense lawyers are saying that he was a victim of misinformation. So that's why I say announcements and confusion. Six of Cups and the Lovers. There's the naivety and the people that they're talking to. Two of Cups, Three of Cups. Not so much that she knew this was going to happen, but this is the result they're looking for. So he may not be a target of necessarily of her rhetoric, but they want this type of thing to happen because that's who they're talking. They ain't talking to us. Who are they talking to? They're talking to these people. So yeah. So let's ask. Pleading not guilty. How's that going to work for him? He's pleading not guilty. His lawyer, if you saw him talk, he doesn't. That poor man. He don't even know what to say. He was like that. His client was. He didn't. I don't think he said the word victim, but he may have been, or may have been. I forget. Subjected to. He didn't want to say fake news or lies. He was trying to code it to where it didn't sound like he was accusing the people of spreading BS. He said misinformation. That's called lies. It sounds like alternative facts when you say misinformation. Don't try to make it cute. Like the word insurrection. It was a riot. Call it what it is. Misinformation. No, don't try to cute it up. It was a lie. How's it going to work? Because this is what they want. They want people to go out and be gross and stupid. And it's the suicide bomber mentality. You go out and do it. Meanwhile, the person who told you to do it is just fine. Five of Cups. It's not going to work. Okay? It's just not. You call it what you want to. It's not going to work. Justice. It's just reading over. Nobody. Okay? Just no. I mean, we share a planet with these people. Hierophant, there be your courts. Nine of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, yeah. There's a loss in court. There might be a surprise on who you're connected to, though, so this may get a little deeper than just that. There may be some regular people, but it's still because I mean he's queuing on to the max. Apparently, is what his social media is all about. But Knight of Swords, in the word of warning, is the attack itself. So it's not like this is. I mean, you can't. What? Anyway, Queen of Wands could be Nancy. King of Cups. Could be Paul. Two of Wands. This has the potential to get worse. This is why maybe you should have just taken, it's not really a plea, but just taken the guilty and moved on. But this has the potential to get worse. So, will this case have any consequence, or not legal necessarily, just a consequence for any politician? I'll say any, you know what I'm talking about, but I'll say any just to be fair. For any politician, because he didn't get this from nowhere. So, will this case have any consequence for any politician? Negative consequence. Consequence is not always negative. Any negative consequence? Queen of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. I think, okay, hashtag grain of salt, okay? Don't write this down nowhere. I think he's had a conversation with some woman here. They got some history. And there's something that's going to be shown to prove that. Now, that doesn't mean he got an attack order, but he's got some history with some woman here, and that's going to come to light, I believe. There's the Justice. Three of Wands, the Three of Cups. Yes, this is going to involve two other people, if you ask me. Two other people at least. If he's not one of these people, then it's three people, but I'm going to say two other people this will involve. Because that's where the Justice comes in. Three of Wands and the Star. Yes, this is actually coming up very close to. Three of Wands is something is approaching, fast approaching. This is also anticipation. And then the Star is for the future. So this is going to possibly be somebody we all know too, mind you. Because the Star is the center of attention. This is a person who gets a lot of attention, possibly for their behavior, but that's not in the read. That's what I'm saying. And then the Chariot. The Chariot is bad relationship because it's in the word of warning. He's working with someone. So he's had conversations with some woman here. Seven of Pentacles, they had history. Chariot and the word of warning, it's a bad relationship. Because they work together, but on something that they shouldn't be. Right across from Justice, Justice will play a part in this. The Ace of Pentacles, there's an opportunity or an invitation too. So he's met this person, not just conversation. He's met this person or had the ability to meet them, if not in person, via Skype or some sort of thing like that. They've talked face to face or person to person. Six of Cups. This person, this guy was named David DePop something. They know he's. I'm surprised they didn't go for the insanity thing. They know he's naive, to put it nicely. He's gullible. And the Death card. Yes, this will spell consequence. I didn't say punishment. Consequence for a politician. So we shall see. This is why they should be glad I don't rule the world. I mean, looks like Ruth from afar. Get up close, it doesn't. I have a deck. I think it's the I Love NYC Tarot, where the Justice figure is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, actually. Camera, what happened to you here, camera? I hate this. Anyway, Kanye. So this is where we'll go here. See if this works like it used to. Okay, this is gonna drive me nuts if it doesn't focus. What's my necklace? I actually don't know. Yes, I have autofocus on and I don't know how to turn it off either. It drives me insane. There are no camera settings. In my computer. It just plugs in and turns on. That's all it does. It focuses on the wrong thing. That's what it does. Okay. So Kanye West. If y'all don't come get y'all's kid. So will he be able to buy parlor? Let's see. No, it will not. Can't see them all either. Let me pull it out this way. There you go. Kanye who exactly? He is special. Okay, do this. There we go. Now there it is. So there's money here, but it's scattered. There's friends coming in here. They're trying to help. This is always kind of the I don't know what you call it. The problem in the Kanye West world is we always say, well, somebody needs to help him. Somebody is trying, I think. And it's not, you can't help a person who don't want to help themselves. So here, there's nothing they could do if you ask me, but there you go. But his money is being scattered here. There's other priorities, there's other things that he needs to do. This is not going to work, if you ask me. There's also a very heavy burden about something around the water or the seashore or the seashell or the something. I don't know if he has a house by the water or if he has a business by the water or business including water or something like that. But this is going to, something's going to go down with this. This is going down. This is going in a bad direction. So you need to actually take a little more stock and solace in whatever this is. There's some sort of business or house or something that is falling absolutely apart. One of your children may also need some sort of help and guidance too. I don't know if that's probably not coming from you. What is that, Tres Leche? There's also, does he have 3 sneaker things? Because all of those are going away too. They're going to be either fractured. One of them is there's 3 sneaker things here, and they're all going to be fractured. One of them may hang on longer than the other, but I think they're all going to fracture at some point. There's also a concert too. I don't know if he's putting on a concert of some sort, but it'll actually be okay because there's still support for him, mind you. Actually, and there are some rappers who are trying to make people feel bad for abandoning Kanye. So maybe that's the people over here. But there's a concert here too that's, it'll be all right. It'll be fine. It'll work, I guess. There's a lot of messages coming in, too. A lot of mail, a lot of messages, a lot of mail coming in. It needs a response, but it's not getting one, though. Because it's almost like it comes in, it goes away. It's important for, I wonder if isn't he a religious leader of some sort? Doesn't he have a church or something? There's some sort of legal paperwork you need to be on top of when it comes to your religious status, because there's something coming in that doesn't get attended to, but it affects something of a religious nature. So if you still got a church, then you may need to deal with that too. And I know your school may also have some sort of tax loophole too. So whatever's coming in, you need to deal with that because it's not going in a very good direction. Okay, so now let's check our work here. What is that? Knight of Cups, image. Okay, so will he be able to buy parlay, talk? Let's see. Let's see if we get the same thing. So the Four of Cups, something you're ignoring, and the Ten of Swords leads to a lot of loss. I said his money was going to be scattered. That's not what that is, though. But whatever you're ignoring, again, whatever that thing that's coming in, you need to deal with it or it goes away. Oh, boy. But anyway, let's keep going. The Seven of Wands, defensive. Knight of Cups flies back out again. And then there's the Devil with that defensive. So you're on the defensive because of unhealthy attachments, because of maybe unhealthy behavior too, but something that is not serving you to your highest and greatest of good, you are defending constantly against. There's your image and the King of Pentacles, which is my card for you. The image is also going to be ruined. So are you going to buy pearl? I don't think so. I don't think so. But let's keep going. The word of warning, the Knight of Swords, or something very erratic. Five of Cups, there's some sadness. The Strength card and the word of solace. So you still have some support, like I said. There's still some support. And the Two of Wands. So it's open-ended in the reading. But there's actually nothing about money here. That's probably why it was way at the top there. It's scattered. You got other things. This read ain't got nothing to do with buying anything. This is like priorities, sir. But whatever it is you're ignoring, that did come up in there. Like I said, you still have some support with the Strength. This here is your biggest downfall, if you ask me. Because I don't know what's going on in the mind, but we can't keep making excuses. So it's, what are you going to do? Are you going to do better or not? Scattered to the wind. There's some grief and some loss too here. Maybe maybe that's the thing around the water. There's something. This is my property card. There's something around property that you may be having a problem with. I don't know if it's by the water. Maybe it's in a state by the water, but it's something by the water that you're having some sort of loss with. We shall see. Kanye. See, that's what a lot of people said. It was his mother, and there's a few people who know him or have met him before when his mother was alive. They said that's how he was before that. Except his mother kept him in some sort of check, even as an adult. We shall see. He has a home by Malibu. There's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with something by the water. We'll see. Okay. Lindsey Graham is ordered to testify. He did not actually get the sucker he wanted from the Supreme Court. So the question is, will that put some fear into other politicians? Because that's where they all run to sort of get some favor. Actually, Donald Trump's grand tableau comes out tomorrow, I think. I recorded it Halloween, I think. And it comes out tomorrow. And in his tableau, he got some sort of favor from a court. And it just, that story posted, I think, yesterday, that The Supreme Court put a stay on Congress getting his tax records. So there you go. So will it put the fear into some other politicians that Lindsey Graham did not get any favor from the Supreme Court? We'll see. That's what I think, is that his mother probably kept him on his meds, because, anyhow, judgment in this the Seven of Cups. Okay. The Hermit, Eight of Pentacles, the Star, the Ten of Pentacles, the World, the Fool, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. Will it put some fear? It's not a fear card, but I think they feel as though this is not working in our favor. We may feel a little betrayed here, especially a Trump appointee, whichever one that may be. But there may be some betrayal, and it may be three of them. Some betrayal from Trump appointees. There's my Republican card there, and then there's the Fool, Three of Swords. So, yes, they are going to have some sort of, I don't want to call it fear, but yes, it's more of a worry, even though I'm trying to, I don't want it to sound so deep and like hiding under the bed fear, but it's more of a, why is the system falling apart all of a sudden? So it's a worry for what's to come. If I can't depend on this to do what I needed to do, we put you in place for a reason. Like the Canon lady. We put you in place for a reason. Anxiety, thank you. Because anxiety is fear of what's to come. So I put you in place for a reason. And you're not performing that reason. So I need to know, this changes things going forward, because if I can't depend on you, then who am I depending on? So yes, there's some fear there. Because what is Lindsey going to do now? Sprain an ankle? Does drink a lot. I mean, he has an excuse, I guess. I may or may not know someone who knows Lindsey and his beverage habit, and how he goes to the gym and he stays for 2 hours but only works out 30 minutes. He's visible the whole time. It's not like he's behind the bleachers or something, but it's, what you doing? What you doing in there? Yeah. Oh, that was it. That was it. Oh. But that's the way it goes, though, isn't it? You put me in place. I got what I wanted. Peace out. Good for you, buddy. Oh, Trump got sanctioned too, but I forgot what the question was. Oh, I didn't do his November either. I did a tableau though. That's good. Just one. I use 5 on the Sunday shows, but just one. This is actually Lena's deck. Lena and Sienna. They're One World Tarot. Yeah. I mean, that gin will age you, though. I mean, alcohol's a preservative for some things, but it's just, you know. Oh, uh-oh. Well, let's look at him, though. Let's look at him. You know what, since we're here, actually, I'll explain this too. Somebody asked me some questions on this, so we'll try to explain it and so forth and so forth. Is that going to stay? I don't know. We'll see. So far, so good. Put that out of the way. Okay. Can't see it. Okay, that'll do. Lindsey, graham cracker crust. Lindsey, graham cracker crust. Lindsey. Lindsey, I do declare graham cracker crust. Okay. So, tableau. Someone asked me how you do it. The rug comes from Becca, actually, and it's on Amazon. I think if you type in Turkish or Persian mouse pad, then it should pop up, or large mouse pad or something like that. It should pop up. The tiny deck comes from Amazon too. So this is, you can, mind you, you modify this however you want to. Okay. Tarot, this is not a grand tableau. It's just what I call it because I use the house system. Grand tableau would use the whole deck and that's 78 cards and ain't nobody got time for that business. So the way this works is you lay your cards out. I don't put these necessarily, these positions in the spread because they're the beginning and the end. And so I don't read them in the line. But you go 0 through 21. And whatever card is in that position is in house magician. Magician is number 1. So whatever card you lay in number 1 is in house magician. But you read it as a regular spread first, your 5 cards. You read them all the way down. And then you read them all the way down in this row. Then you put them in the houses and read it in the houses. So whatever is in position 1 is in house magician. Whatever is in position 21 is in house world. Whatever is in position 0 is in house fool, so forth and so forth. Now, what that means, since this is the beginning, whatever is in house fool is starting. Something is beginning. Whatever is in house magician could be something that's being manipulated, so forth and so forth. So you basically just read those 2 cards together. But you put that and you do that however you want to do it. Again, I just made it up one day. So it's not set in stone. Do it however you want to. But for right now, Lindsey Grammicus. Oh, and there is no date because in a tableau you set a timeline. There is no timeline for this because it's not a technical tableau. It's just a spread. So what I also do to begin is I take the first card, house fool, and then the card on the bottom is for world because that's the end, that's the beginning. But that's just the way I do it. Again, you do it however you want to. Okay. So for Lindsey Grammicus, we got the Hermit, the Temperance, the Fool, the Empress, and the Magician. There is searching for, I heard the word medical records. I don't know why that is, but they're searching for something to do with, I'm going to stick with that. I don't know what this is about medical records. Something about medical records. And there's a search or an investigation of whatever that means. And it may have something to do with medicine, specifically too, or something with hospitals or shortages or something like that, that may have been also done during the Trump administration. But this is secret because it's in house, what you call it, high priestess. And the Temperance is also alchemy for me. So this is also pills and anything you would create with chemicals or substances. So there's some sort of search for medicines or medical records or things of that nature here that was manipulated. House Hierophant, possibly manipulated within the government. So I don't know if he had something to do with records of medicines or vaccines even, because this can also be that too. But I'm pretty sure it ties into COVID. There's something beginning for him, though, that is going to be quite successful. Something that ends for him that constantly loops, though, so it's not going away. So there's some sort of search or investigation into medicines or medical records. The Chariot, the Tower, the Moon, the Wheel of Fortune, and the World. Some sort of strategy or relationship. This is in house lovers too. So trying to get on the same page with someone blows completely apart. And the Moon does not offer any good results. There's something that you cannot conceal because the Tower blows it open. It causes some uncertainty, though, a lot of it, because this is house strength too. So you're not coming from a position of power with this in this relationship, in this thing that you're trying to get on the same page with, trying to work with someone. It doesn't work. The Wheel of Fortune in House Hermit, there could be some searching of records again. Maybe digital records here. And then the World is some completion in the Wheel of Fortune. So something is possibly drawing again, but it loops. So whatever this is that you stopped starts again. So I don't know if you got out of something once before and then new evidence comes back because of some records that were searched. Doesn't have anything to do with voting, though. So we'll see. But there is a manipulation within the government, so who knows. But there's something here, some sort of records that are searched, and it loops. That problem comes back again. Well, no, wait a minute. That could be voting. Especially if it had anything to do with technology in the world. Yes, that could be voting. So if you had some sort of issue in voting that you got out of, it loops and it comes back. World is in House Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is an inevitability. It's also time. The world is supposed to be completion. But it comes back again. Anything that completes begins something else. And then in House World is judgment. Judgment is a resurrection. Something comes back. Anyhow, so justice, the Hierophant, the Hangman, the Death, and the Star. There's also center of attention of a legal fight within the courts, because justice is in own house. Justice and house justice, that's legal for sure. Has nothing to do with balance at that point. So legal fight within the government has you caught up in a major change to what's going on for you in the future. Star is in House Devil, so it has something to do with you did specifically. Devil is in House Sun, which means it came out. Sun is in House Fool. So there's something here that was exposed, and that is what is drawing all the attention. Lovers in House Tower, again, we have a problem with relationships here, but lovers in House Tower. So lovers, the strength, the high priestess, the devil, and the emperor. There's something you did on behalf of a man that was secret. That is also going to come out too. And that probably has something to do with why this is being searched. And then this is the resurrection of searches. So something you got away with here is looping back and coming back. Something new is being searched for here that has something to do with health. This has something to do with voting. This is a legal case probably in Georgia, which is also a voting issue. And then this is something you did on behalf of a man that is also illegal, corrupt. It's being exposed, though, which is probably why he wasn't one of the ones that was on recording, though, was he? We'll see. So the Hermit, the Chariot, the Justice, and the Lovers, there is, I think what happens with these two things, with these two rows and the searching of records, it's somebody else first, then it's you afterwards. Because there is searching someone you worked with, lawsuit person. Chariot being in House Lovers, Lovers in House Towers. So there is a relationship that went to absolute dust, and that person is getting in trouble, and then you're going to get searched or investigated because of it. Temperance in the Tower, the Hierophant, and the Strength. There is working here, trying to work with someone in the government that has been destroyed, blown open. But you might have some sort of good talk or talk with good results, because the strength card is sort of winning someone over, not with force, but with diplomacy. So you may, whatever this was in the courts, possibly Supreme Court, and you just failed there, that's destroyed and gone. But there is somebody here that you can have some sort of fancy talk with. Older man, sits on a bench that you know. So sits in a legal capacity too. Since it's not the emperor, I won't say it's the governor of Georgia, but there's some man who sits in a legal capacity that you know, that you're friends with, that you can have some sort of successful talk with. That does not mean that he gives you all the greatest, because this is in house stars. So something good comes from that conversation, but it's towards the future. So we may not see him ever behind bars or something, but he may have a good talk with a man on the bench here. I don't know what that talk leads to, but like I said, it's in house stars, so it's a good thing. That person's also corrupt. Stars in house devil. Devil's in house sun. We know this person's corrupt. It's not even something you have to guess about. They may have been put there by the fool too, since sun is in house fool. And then fool is in house empress. So they're possibly new to the bench. So this may not be a man at all, but just a person who sits on the bench. Could have been put there by the fool, house empress, empress in house emperor. So somebody in position of power. Maybe even could be a woman, position of power. Anyhow, the fool, the moon, the hangman, the high priestess. So there is a lot of secrets, and this is why you live at the bottom of a bottle, because you're holding a lot of people's secrets, and it's not necessary. I mean, it's necessary, I guess, for you because you want to keep the front going. But there's a lot you're concealing. This is illegal, whatever this is. This, you're trying to hold it and keep it secret. Now, the trick about the high priestess is, though, although she keeps secrets, she will give them for the right price. So this is not secret because you can't know it. It's secret because you don't know it. This is proactively trying to hide something. This is, I know something you don't know. That's why it's secret. But it's not so secret that you can't know it. You just need the right price. And so if he can get a deal for something, or if he can get just grease the wheel a little bit, then flap, flap goes the gums. But right now he is stuck in a position. He's between the rock and the hard place, between the moon and New York City. So look, dude. Anyway, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, the Death, and the Devil. There is an addiction, naturally, but it's whatever this is, because the Empress is brand new. This is something new being brought into the world. It causes a very, very large life change, and it may lead to some substance abuse issues that are not liquid related. Because there's something here in your life that is going to take a very, very dark turn, personally. So it may need to be, because death is in house temperance. Temperance is about sobriety and balance of emotions. Temperance is in house high priestess. Secrets kill. High priestess is in house moon. Moon is concealing. Moon is in house strength. Strength is your good health in your strength. Strength is in house star. Star is in house devil. Back to here we go. So whatever you're trying to improve on, this may have been something you battled with in the past, and the loop goes around that says your health is not going to do the best because this is going to be self-inflicted though. So whatever these secrets are, you might want to give them up because some life change here causes a lot of imbalance and a lot of change that you're not ready for. Emotionally speaking, again, temperance or death in house temperance is about emotions being balanced and sobriety. Then temperance being in the secrets position, so magician, the world, the star, and the emperor. There's a lot of capabilities here though, so this spells good for you here too. Whatever position you're in, politically speaking, you do come from a position of power. So he ain't losing his seat no time soon. Not that he's even up for re-election anytime soon, right? But he's not losing his seat anytime soon. He's kind of stuck in place there. But there's some relationship that is going to powder, and this in particular relationship causes you to be investigated. Tower in house chariot, the chariot in house lovers, the lovers in house tower. So short chain. And so that relationship is going to blow open dramatically, and it causes some investigations, which then, if that's the new thing here, then it causes a lot of life changes. Because surrounding the Empress is magician, the world, wheel of fortune, the moon, and the fool. So some sort of manipulation, brand new manipulation or foolish manipulation of some sort of system here is what you brought new. And that relationship though, it's all who you know. That relationship is not going to spell good news. Short chain, 3 cards, 3 problems. It's just not going to spell very good. There may be a judgment. Like I said, there's some sort of person, that person that you were talking to on the bench with the good card. So if we follow Emperor, Emperor's in house world. House judgment. Judgment is here. It's in house world. World is in house wheel of fortune. Wheel of fortune's in house hermit. Hermit is in house magician. Magician is in house hierophant. So there's some sort of powerful man that might be trying to push an investigation away from you, or trying to help you obscure some evidence within an investigation, or trying to shield you, because they have a lot of power, but it's not really going to help. The Hierophant being in house 10, 11, 12, hangman, and house death. So it does cause a change. Temperance, and something is secret and remains secret. Goes back to that person there too. So they may help you keep a secret. It's corrupt, naturally, but they may help you keep a secret. Whoever this person on the bench is. But unfortunately, it's a secret. I think you're investigated on more than one front here. You got 2 rows of investigation and only one person helping you. It is so easy to not live this kind of life, Jesus. I don't understand. They make me tired. Okay. Just... You don't want to not be a creep. I mean, just... How do you live like that? Guts always in a knot. You say so. Camera focus. Focus camera. I can't do it. Just. How do you live like that? So let me ask this way. Are there any investigations coming for Lindsey Graham? Me and this camera gonna fight, or are you not clear? It's not clear. There we go. Is there any investigations coming for Lindsey Graham? You know, I said that I think the Kanye one or the Alex Jones one. Why do these spreads like never say anything positive? See nothing positive going on though. So, you know. I mean, just constantly worried. Every knock at the doors, the FBI and all. I can't do it. 7 of Wands, 4 of Wands. There's defense from a institution, maybe a court itself, smaller court, not supreme. So there's a smaller court here or smaller something. There's some sort of establishment. So I'm going to say smaller court. 7 of Wands, there's some defense against that. The 4 of Cups and the Ace of Swords, some info that may be on your control to contain. So maybe that is what was popping up with somebody else's business is what's kind of dragging you under. The 5 of Pentacles and the Sun and the Judgment. There's the failed judgment when it came to you trying to get out of testifying. Word of warning, the Wheel of Fortune. This was in what? House Hermit. So investigations in records. But I do think one of them he is able to get away from. 1 no and 1 yes. And it may be the one around voting and the one around medicine, not so much. But investigations, mind you, not punishment. Or indictment or something like that. I can't. Donald Trump, is it worth it? I can't. Okay, well, that's all I got. Right, was that it? What was it? I think I do believe let's do the crystals one more time. One more. I ain't had them in a while. So we'll do that one more time. Okay, so Vladimir Putin. We haven't done a reading on him in a while. Let's see what we get. Natural disaster. Natural disaster is interesting description, but there might be a disaster that is blamed, or a disaster in Russia that is blamed upon someone else. That is coming there too. There's also a huge drop in finance or money or the economy or something of that nature too. There is protest, a small group or small cell that is protesting or coming out against. There's a lot of pressure from a lot of different nations, of course, that's happening. There also might be something around space too. There's some space news for Russia. It's either a meteor hit or there is something around space. There's a space news coming for Russia too. There's also imports. So this spells interesting for not companies, countries that may be doing business with Russia, and then the rest of the world is like, why? So there's still stuff coming into them. There's imports coming in, which spells international chaos when it comes to relationships. There's also something about a dam breaking. So I don't know if they have a dam or if they're trying to sabotage one in another country. But there's a dam breaking or some dam sabotage. There's something with groundwater too. This is in Russia. There's something wrong with groundwater, which may be a source for a large number of people, and large, relatively speaking, 100,000 or so, but it's something wrong with groundwater too. Okay, let's see what the cards say. Vladimir Putin. What's that? 7 of Pentacles. Something wrong with your ground, buddy. Your crops, your something in your ground, something inside the ground. Something is wrong there. Oh, there is a dam problem. Oh, okay. A dam hostage. Well, there it is then. Okay. Vladimir, General Reed. The Queen of Swords, the Emperor, the Three of Cups, the Devil, Magician, Hermit, Star, Empress, Seven of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords and the Emperor, people, I don't want people to tell me about anything else. Magician and the Three of Cups, there is the group there. That may be the ones who are protesting. There is something in secret here too. There's an important person that might be Putinized. I'll just say it that way. There's somebody there. They're Russian descent, though, so this is not in another country. So there's somebody here that might be Putinized. There's a scheme too around the money. It may be to obscure, or to maybe there's something that needs to be looked into as far as money goes, and maybe that was the economy part. There's something too here about maybe a national health, because this is in your word of warning. So something here is not in a good place when it comes to health and healing and citizenry. Manipulation, finance. So maybe this is you trying to hide the fact that your economy is garbage. There's a huge lie too. It's a scheme targeting someone foreign to you anyway. So maybe this is another, hey, look what Zelensky did to us or something, trying to paint him as the war criminal. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Most despicable person on earth. We shall. Well, right behind Kim Jong-un, he's literally starving all his people. So this is why I don't rule the world. They'd have been gone yesterday. Anyhow, so that's all I got. What that's called. Anyhow, so what is today? Today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I believe. This Friday, I will be with Adrian from Red Lentil Healing, and we will be on her channel doing the horoscopes at 4:30, 8:30 Eastern. And then we will be on Jen Lynn's channel for Sunday, and I believe Lori from The Way of Positive Change. This necklace actually was made by one of you all, and Lord, I forget what the name is, because she made quite a few. I should have remembered who it was. But she made this, so I'm not sure what it is. It's pretty, so that's why I got it. So we will be joined by Lori from The Way of Positive Change on Sunday. We'll be on Jen's channel, and then following that, Jen is going to also host a bunch of us on her channel for a fundraiser for Feeding America, and we will be on election night. Probably 7 Central, so make sure you, I guess, keep a lookout on the community tab for times and things of that nature, but I'm sure she'll announce it on Sunday. So, what else did I have? Horoscopes Friday, be with Jen on Sunday, and then election night. Oh, so no, that was it. I'll tell you the other thing some other time. Lenny, I did have a question for you though. If you are on a plane, I think I know the answer, but I want to make sure, ignorance is not bliss. So if you are on a plane, can you buy the seat you're in and the seat next to you? So, or would they put somebody in that seat anyway because it's empty? Is that a thing? Or did I make that up? Can you do that? Can you buy the seat next to you so it's empty? Or will they put someone there anyway? You can. Because I'm borderline considering doing that on your airline. You can. Okay. Because I'm borderline considering doing that, especially if I go like international, because I'm not buying a first class ticket. So we'll see. Anyway, thank you for that info, and I will see you on Sunday. If not before then, we may walk around. Oh, let me tell you this though. So I walked to the store, right? Yes, there's an alpaca deck. I was a Barry Pfeiffer. I was walking to the store, right? And I walked to the store like this, no coat, because it's not cold enough for a coat. It is for people who live here, but I like cold, so it's fine. So I'm going to the store, no coat, no umbrella, no none of that, because it's not that cold, right? And I get there and get all my stuff, and okay. And then I'm walking home, right? Fine. It's cold for people who live here. And then it starts to rain a little bit, just mist. I'm like, okay, I like the mist. Then it starts to rain. I'm like, okay, I like the rain too. Now I'm in wet t-shirt concerts now because it's like just soaked to the bone. And then it starts to hail. And so we went from cold to rain to now God is stoning me. I'm like, you know what? I still like it. Now I'm outside though. I bet everybody looking like, look at this fool walking down the street in ice. It was still fun. So I like it. It's my kind of weather. This is what I wait for. It's like 8 degrees in this house right now. I got do you see the fingers is all cold? Yeah. This is what I wait on. Anyway, there's the Kickstarter campaign for the alpaca deck. They make a deck for everything. Just everything. She has a Go to Trillium Tarot on YouTube. She has a flip through. There's a mushroom tarot deck. Mushroom. They have a deck for everything. You like cats? They got cats. You got dogs, turtles, birds, mountains, scenery, trees. I'm sure there's an eyeglasses deck too. Ain't no telling. So there's everything. There's a Game of Thrones deck too, which I need to go watch. So I will see you on Sunday, if not before then.